you ever had someone give you the advice that you have to love yourself first before someone else can love you, before you can get into a healthy relationship, or before you can be a healthy partner? For people with complex childhood trauma, this can feel so invalidating and impossible because they haven't had anyone model love for them. And the idea of loving themselves feels so completely foreign that when someone says this to them, it can feel like they're telling them that basically finding love or finding acceptance or finding a relationship is going to be completely impossible for them. My name is Jessica Payne, and I'm a licensed therapist specializing in recovery from complex trauma, especially the trauma that stems from psychological abuse. Now, a lot of times I have people who come into my office and they have a lot of complex childhood trauma, they have a lot of anxiety, they're constantly in those like 4F trauma responses. Maybe they've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And what I see is that a lot of times they are very, very focused on finding a romantic partner who loves them. And they're frustrated because a lot of times they're being told by other people that they have to do all of this work on themselves first before they can find someone. And they're getting kind of like these victim blaming messages about the reason you're not finding someone and the reason, these things are happening to you is because you haven't done the work on yourself yet. And I would never argue against doing the work on yourself because certainly there are a lot of benefits to loving yourself first, and there is some wisdom in the advice of you have to love yourself first, because the more you love yourself and the higher your self-esteem is, the less desperate you are going to be, the less likely you are to overlook red flags, and the better you are going to be at setting boundaries and at recognizing unhealthy behaviors in others, not to mention the fact that when you've done the work on yourself and you love yourself, you are much more able to be a healthy partner to someone yourself. It is also true that we heal through healthy relationships. And when you have a lot of complex childhood trauma and you don't know what it feels like to feel secure or safe or loved, it is pretty natural to spend your adult life very, very focused on finding that secure base that you never felt like you had in childhood. So yes, work on yourself and try to get to the point where you're psychologically healthy, but you are not wrong for wanting a partner, and you are deserving of love even if you are not perfectly healed yet, and even if it feels really difficult to love yourself.